Luke 1:59. Read.
And it came to pass that on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child, and they called him Zachariah, after the name of his father.
That's me. That's just telling Zachariah, that's just really a substitute for me. That I'll be named, what shall my name be called? I will be called, my name will be my father's name. This proves I will have the same name that my father had. Zachariah is after the name of his father. So what was his father's name? Zachariah? So since this symbolizes me, my father's name is, so my name is. Now let's go to Luke 2:22. Luke 2:22. Read.
And when the days of her purification, according to the law of Moses, were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord Yahweh.
You understand the mystery? This means that after I was born, we would be in America a certain number of years. These years that we are forced to stay in America after I'm born to you is for what purpose? Purification.
Ezekiel 28:25.
That's right. Read.
Thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob.
See, now here it says that then, after we have been sanctified in the sight of the heathen, I mean, you can't leave the heathen till you have been sanctified. Then you should dwell in your own land. Now, here in Luke, it says, Luke 1:22 says, after your days of purification, then I shall be brought to Jerusalem to be presented to Yahweh. Who's going to bring me? You are. I'll be bringing you, symbolized by you bringing me. We're going to bring each other out of here. I'm going to bring you out, symbolized by you bringing me. Look where we're going. Before you purified or after? After. Verse 23, Luke 1:23, 2:23, I'm sorry, Luke 2:23, read.
As it is written in the law of the Lord Yahweh, every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy to the Lord Yahweh.
I am the firstborn son in my family. I did open the womb. So I am holy. It told you when I'd be born. I told you when I'd be born. It's written first. Exodus 13:2. Y'all read.
Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine.
Now, how many understand all that mystery there? See, it's the mystery there too. You are my first fruit. You are my firstborn. So you belong to who? You're sanctified and belong to who? Right? You belong to me. You opening the womb of Judah. You are the head being formed inside the womb. So you're not out the womb yet. You're symbolized in Revelation chapter 12. You still in my womb. You're not out yet. When you come out, we're going to flee to the wilderness. You're not out yet. I have to be pained to be delivered first. I haven't delivered you yet. You are the head forming, still forming. In Judah's womb. In my womb, huh? Exodus 22:29. Read.
Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits, and of thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons, shalt thou give unto me.
You are the firstborn. You're the first. You're going to be the firstborn. So you must be given to who? Yahweh. Numbers 3:13. Read. I'm not raising you up to belong to somebody else. Read.
Because all the firstborn are mine.
You are whose? You belong to me. You are mine. Come on.
For on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and beast. Mine shall they be.
Why?
I am the Lord Yahweh.
You are mine, Yahweh. Well, let's look at Mark 5:7. Mark chapter 5, beginning in verse 2 for a while. Read.
And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tomb a man with an unclean spirit.
Y'all understand that? Well, I'm going to explain this as I go. This man with the unclean spirit is you, the so-called black man of America. In the tomb means living among the dead. Living among the dead. Who is it living among the dead? We are. See, this coincides with what chapter? The valley of the dry bone. This is what I'm explaining. This is references from the valley of the dry bone. Somebody is living among the tombs with an unclean spirit. If your spirit was clean, I wouldn't need to renew the spirit of your mind. You got a tomb-minded spirit. The spirit of your mind is in the tomb. What kind is it? Unclean. It says you need to become a new man, a new creature. Why? Because you're in the tomb, living among the tombs with unclean spirit. Verse 3, read.
Who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains.
Now you know that's us. Next verse, 4, read.
Because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces, neither could any man tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains, and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Yahweh ben Yahweh afar off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice, and said, What have I to do with thee, Yahweh ben Yahweh, thou Son of the Most High, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh? I adjure thee by God Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, that thou torment me not.
That's what they're saying now. My people are saying this all across the country. What do we have? What do you have to do with you? I mean, why you keep writing us and bothering me? And every time I turn around, you coming with the word, plaguing me and tormenting me. That's what they say. Verse 8. Read.
For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
Who's saying that? I am. Come, turn your back on the heathen ways. Come out, unclean spirit. Come on, read on.
And he asked him, what is thy name?
They ask you, what you say his name is? You say Yahweh ben Yahweh. Who? I mean, you say that's Jesus? No. The Son of Yahweh. Well, what's your name? What is your name? What is his name? That's what the people ask. You be testifying, steady telling them what my name is, and they be steady asking you, am I somebody else? That's right. And he answers what? And then I asked Jacob. I asked the wild man. He asked me, what is my name? I turn around and ask you, what is your name? Wild man. He didn't know his nationality. See, this man didn't know his nationality. What did he answer? He said, my name is what?
Legion.
The dead man said his name is Legion. Meaning what?
For we are
many. My people have many philosophies and ideas in their mind, in their head. Many gods. Many ways of the heathen. Verse 10.
And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country.
Read on.
Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding.
We love swine. But I have a terrible job trying to get you to give up swine. And here this Jacob is saying, please don't get rid of my devils. Don't run them out the country. Don't run them out of me. Let me hang on to them. Verse 12, read.
And all the devils besought him, saying,
where were these devils? In whose mind? Jacob's mind. And they said what?
Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them.
Verse 13.
And forthwith Yahweh ben Yahweh gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea.
Keep on reading.
And they that fed the swine fled, and told it in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done.
Verse 15, read.
And they come to Yahweh ben Yahweh, and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion, sitting and clothed, and in his right mind.
In his what?
Right mind.
And after he got his right mind, what happened? Read.
And they were afraid.
They were more afraid of him when he got his right mind than they were of him when he was a crazy man living in a tomb. They tried to physically handle him with physical chains and mental chains in the tomb, but they couldn't handle him. He was too wild. So they tried to tame him. They couldn't tame him, but the Son Yahweh came along and healed his mind, cast the devils out of his mind, and then he suddenly had what? His right mind. I'm here to give my people their right mind. And when I give you your right mind, what happened to the nations of the earth? Second Samuel 7:11. Oh, Yahweh. Verse 11, read.
And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord Yahweh telleth thee that he will make thee an house.
Who is he that will make you a house? Next verse, read.
And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy
This
father,
is talking to David. Read.
I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom.
See? He told David, Yahweh told David, I will cause seed to proceed out of your bowels, and through that seed I will set up his kingdom. Praise Yahweh. Verse 13, read.
Ye shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
How long?
Forever.
Forever. Read that again.
He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
Praise Yahweh. I'm building a house for whose name?
Yahweh.
Yahweh's name. Psalms 132:11 does say, you don't have to turn to it, it says that this will be a physical son from the physical seed of David. Verse 14. Read.
I will be his father, and he shall be my son.
That's Yahweh talking to David. I will be his father, and he will be my son. Yahweh is my father, and I am his son. Now, read.
If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men.
Uh-huh.
But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul.
Praise Yahweh. See, so though I have been chastised with the rod of men, yet the mercy of Yahweh, it cannot be taken from me because he said so. And I am successful because I'm established in the kingdom. How long? Forever. Psalms 132:11. This is still explaining Ezekiel 37. Read.
The Lord Yahweh has sworn in truth unto David. He will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set up.
Jeremiah 23:5 and 6. Again, Yahweh wants you to see this again. Jeremiah 23:5 and 6. Read.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called, the Lord Yahweh our righteousness.
Praise Yahweh. Daniel 2:44. Read.
And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Obadiah 21. Read.
And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord Yahweh.
Micah 4:7. Read.
And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off, a strong nation, and the Lord Yahweh shall reign over them in Mount Zion from henceforth, even forever.
John 12:34. John chapter 12, verse 34. Read.
The people answered him, We have heard out of the law that Yahweh ben Yahweh abideth forever. And how sayest thou, the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this?
Do you know? Praise Yahweh. Hebrews 1:8. Read.
But unto the Son he said, Thy throne, O Yahweh, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom.
Psalms 45:6. Read.
Thy throne, O Yahweh, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is a right scepter.
Verse 7, read.
Thou lovest righteousness and hatest wickedness.
Thank you. Praise Yahweh. That really gives us some light on Ezekiel 37:24. Let's go back and take a look, lest we forget. Read.
And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them.
Ezekiel 36:27. Read.
And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments, and do them.
Next verse, read.
And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God, Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Well, that's verse 24 as far as I care to carry you tonight. I pray that you enjoyed eating a little bit of it tonight. I've enjoyed you. It's been my pleasure.